tell you what, you guys, this year has been absolutely incredible when it comes to bean production. I think this is hands down one of the best years we've ever had for growing beans. Our beds have just continually produced and produced and produced. This bed that I'm harvesting from right now is our golden wax. These are absolutely beautiful, waxy butter bean. They're so beautiful, so prolific. And as I was harvesting and I was thinking just how incredible these varieties were, it reminded me that I'd like to show you all how we save our bean seeds. It's really simple, and I think you guys are gonna really enjoy it, because if you want to grow your own seed, you can do it very simply, and it allows you to grow these amazing varieties and never have to buy seed ever again. Yes, that's right. I said never buy seed ever again. Let's go. So the process all starts with heirloom seed. You gotta have heirloom seed first, because if you have a hybrid bean, you're going to get very unpredictable characteristics. You might get a bean that you've seen before, you might get a bean you've never seen before, and that makes seed saving rather difficult. It's not to say you couldn't do it, but heirloom is the best, because heirloom is going to breed true to type. We have here this bed here, this is Blue Lake bush bean. And this Blue Lake bush bean gave us about 30 pounds of beans from this one bed, believe it or not. It just kept producing, and the pods were so prolific this year that I wanted to save seeds from them so I could grow them next year. Now, as you start to save your seeds from year to year, you're going to find that the seeds will become what's called climatized. And that means that the seeds are actually getting used to your growing conditions. The slight nuances between Michigan and Ohio, or Ohio and Arizona. When it comes to just the temperature, humidity, soil type, soil pH, sun exposure, all those things, they go into a plant's kind of memory bank. And as that plant gets grown more frequently, it kind of says, this is what I'm going to expect. And because of that, you get a more predictable harvest from year to year. And that's called climatization. And that's why saving your own seeds is probably one of the most important things you can do. Again, I own a seed company. I don't mind. I want you to save seeds, because that's the whole spirit behind growing heirlooms. The intention is so that you save your own seeds. That's why they're heirloom in the first place, because they had good traits and characteristics that made them worthy of saving. So it does start with heirloom seed. Next, what you want to do is you want to be done harvesting. These plants, as you can tell, look like crap, and that's because we're done harvesting from them. We made the conscious decision about 5 or 6 weeks ago to completely stop harvesting from them. And that allows the pods that are on the plant to finish forming. The bean plants will die when they form seeds. So up until that point, if you keep harvesting, like I was doing on our golden pod wax, if you keep harvesting, those plants will continue producing. There's an old saying, the more you harvest, the more you get. That's because you're encouraging that plant to continue to grow, because it's not setting fruit. It's not actually setting seeds to allow it to die. And it just sends a signal, keep growing, you're not done yet. And so at a certain point, we said, okay, we've gotten our fill, let's let these dry. You want to do this about 7 to 8 weeks before your first frost. That's because it takes a long time to get the pods to grow, have the seeds mature, and then have the pods dry. 7 to 8 weeks. So this plan has been in place quite a while now. You can still do it, you still have time to do this, especially if you live in a warmer climate. So don't worry, you're not late to do this. But we want to let those pods just dry in the plant and let the plants die. And what you're going to be left with are some beautiful papery, if you can hear that, kind of leathery right now, but these leathery pods, if I break them open, have beautiful seeds inside. Now these seeds are going to be viable, but they do have some moisture still in them. That's why the pods are rather leathery. And if we want to save seeds and have the highest viability possible, we want the pods to be as dry as possible. And that doesn't always happen here in Michigan. Here in the fall, we get pretty frequent rains and heavy dews at night. Don't forget about the dews. Just because it didn't rain doesn't mean there's not moisture. That heavy dew absorbs into this very dry plant material and keeps it from drying completely. So we have to do something in order to get the best quality dry pods. So here's two kind of examples of what I'm talking about with leathery pods. So they have some squish to them still. They're not bone dry yet. as I break them open, the seeds inside are, like I said, they are viable, but that extra moisture is going to be absorbed into these seeds. And because of that, they have a higher chance of molding and rotting in storage. And so I want them to be bone dry. See, it's got a good, that one's got a little good crack there. That was good. But as I go up the stem, it tends to be a little more leathery. So this pod was getting pretty close to perfect. I'd say that's probably the best one of the bunch so far. But those are far and few between. They're usually fairly leathery like that. Those are some really pretty looking seeds. I'm going to show you what we do to get the best quality dry pods for seed saving. So what do we do to get the most dry and best quality pods? Well, we take a tip from the Amish. Now, our friends that live about 3 towns over from here, they have an Amish farm. They're Mennonite, and they have a really large garden. And I've taken a lot of tips from them over the years. And what they do to dry pods to save from year to year is they actually hang dry them. It's really simple. They basically take the plants and they just pull them up, just like this. You got all these pods hanging on there. Another pod here, or another plant here. We're gonna pull these plants up. We're gonna gather the stems, just like this. And even if they're not fully dead yet, this one's still got some green in it, that's okay. Hold them upside down and gather those stems in a bean bouquet. From there, what we're going to do is we're going to take some twine, some baler's twine. We're gonna wrap it around the stem so we can hang it upside down, just like this. And all we do is we take our bunch of bean plants, take some jute twine or baler's twine, string, whatever you got, and we tie it around the ball of stems. This allows us to then hang our bunch of plants where they can dry and be away from animals like mice that absolutely love to eat the seeds. Also, away from the rain that is going to allow them to dry so much better. We're just gonna take our scissors here. There we go. And now we've got our bunch of beans, just like that. And I'll tell you what, you get a lot of these going, it's the most aesthetically pleasing thing. I think these are so beautiful when they're hanging like this. Get 3 or 4 different plants. Also make sure if you're saving from different plants, make sure you mark somehow with, typically I'm saving a lot of different varieties of bean seeds, which we do from year to year. I'll take some masking tape and then I will simply just kind of pinch some masking tape around the twine, write on it with some Sharpie, and that way my varieties are kept separate, because a lot of times when your beans are dry, bean seeds look like bean seeds and it gets really challenging to tell what's what. So yeah, a little tip for you, but this is amazing. I absolutely love this and I really hope that you'll try this. It's a very simple tip, very quick tip here. Obviously, you know, you can just let them sit outside, but I can safely say that we have so much better success when drying them inside. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tip. Hopefully you all learned something new. If you have tried saving your own bean seeds, let me know in the comments box down below. Let me know if you were encouraged to try saving your own bean seeds from this video. Let me know. And also, if there's other gardening questions or tips that you need help with, please let me know as well. My goal is to help at least one person every video. And so if that can be you, mission accomplished. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you all learned something new. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you all on the next episode. See you guys. Bye. Hey, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, consider clicking this one. You'll probably enjoy it just as much. I want to thank you for your viewership, because without it, this channel would not be as amazing as it is. Also, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. It's free, and we upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. We also have vegetable seeds, fertilizer, or tools. If you need any of those, consider visiting MIgardener.com. Links will be in the description box below. We've got you covered. And as always, we'll see you all in the garden. Take care. Bye.